All right, Shalom. Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelite Temple, St. Petersburg, Florida. We come in week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America and bring our people back to the natural nationality, which is Latinos, Negroes, Native American people that consist of 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to give all glory on unto
YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASH.
Double honors to the elder that teaches truth. So he teaches the revelation of truth from the four winds of the earth. Also, you sisters listen to quiet, you meet this confusion of faces as well. Children shalom. We come out and prophesy today about this word is all we have. We shall keep close. But we got our eye upon our enemies at the same time, all right? Because it gets waxing worse. And we also try not to trust no one or nothing, especially our enemies. Okay? Never forget, we in the bullseye prophecy. And that's why we in the midst of bullseye prophecy, we got the word, all right? John 1:1, and it reads, that which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which have seen with our eyes, we have looked upon our hands, have handled the word of life.
Hey, that goes back to James 1, where he said, take heed to the engrafted word that can save your soul. Like you said, the word of life.
The beginning was the word. Verse 2, for the life was manifest and we have seen it.
Right, it says, so the life was manifest and we have seen it. They go back to reincarnation. Remember what in Revelation, Revelation the 10th chapter, the angel told John, you shall prophesy again to many nations and many kingdoms. Right?
And bear witness to show unto you the eternal life which was with the Father and was manifest unto us.
Right.
Okay. Verse 3, that which we have seen and heard, declare we unto you, that you also may have fellowship with us, and truly our fellowship with the Father and with his Son, YAHAWASHI, Mashiach.
Right.
Okay.
This is John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So when you break that down and say the beginning was the Word, so people thinking about that, they don't understand. It's actually talking about the spiritual manifestation of I know it's all good. It's talking about the spiritual manifestation of the Messiah. He was up there in the beginning, because if you go to Galatians, the 3rd chapter, Paul said, he said, you started in the spirit. Oh, so now are you perfect in the flesh? Right? Because everything is spiritual. That's why there's such a thing as you only live once. Because energy, your spirit is energy. And energy doesn't disappear. It doesn't dissipate. It just gets transferred. That's why when somebody died, the body turns cold. And it refers to your spirit as a candle. So when the Lord said when the Lord said he's gonna take out the candle of the wicked, that means take them out the earth. It means kill them. So when it says in the beginning was the word, it's talking about the spirit. Then when it said it was manifested, it means he came down in the flesh. So when you go into Hebrews, it said he was a little lesser than the angels. That means he came in the flesh because we're a little lesser than the angels. Right? That's just how spiritual that one verse meant all of that together. Right? I got you out. So first John 1:1, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Verse 14, jumping down. The word was made flesh and dwelt among us. And we beheld his glory, and the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. And it's the same thing it's saying in 1 John 1. You know, it's the same prophet, right? The same disciple. So when it said that it became manifest, that's talking about when he was walking around with the 12. And when he said, I shall not leave you comfortless, I will give you the comforter. All right? It's talking about the Holy Spirit. When he said, I will be with you to the end of the world, that's why you got to learn Greek and Latin and Hebrew. The end of the world, it means eon, at the end of the time. You can tell it's manifest right now. We're in the last days, man. It's absolute manifest. All you got to do is read 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter. So right now, he's amongst us. That's why you got to keep your eyes on your enemies closely, all right? And keep the word close to you. But it's all spiritual warfare, no matter how you look at it. When you start to see yourself getting antsy or getting upset or getting frustrated, you got to remember, man, though you're dealing with people, you're still dealing with the spiritual entity of that individual. All right? Yeah, you're looking at the person, but it's the essence inside that person. It's that vibration that they're giving off to you. It's always a spiritual warfare. Every day you leave the threshold of your house, is you against the world. Because you can't control what the world do. You can only control how you react.
This word is a tool.
Right.
Like you say, you are in this captivity, man. You got these tools, man. Because you're going to experience a lot. Man. You're going to experience a lot. So you got this tool, this word.
Oh, that John 10 to come right into play right there. Yeah, that John, what is it? John 10 and 16?
Matthew 10.
What's it like it? Matthew 10 and 16. Yeah, that'll come right into play right there, what you was talking about.
It's Matthew 10 and 16, and it reads, Behold, this is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Why is it serpent? That's why the Lord said he loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. People get in their emotions, people get upset. They lack the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And because they're full of pride, they're not willing to humble themselves and understand. So in that sense, people want to get carnal, or they want to try to be offensive, or they want to try to verbally abuse you, try to defame your character. If you don't have if you just can't debate or you can't understand it, that's not our problem. The Lord just didn't give you any understanding. So we walk around using wisdom like serpent, because there's different levels of wisdom. All right, you have the parakeet. That's somebody that just copycats and regurgitate what they hear. Then you have the parrot. Yeah, it was the parrot, not the parakeet, the parrot. Then the next level is the monkey. The monkey just imitate whatever somebody else does. And then you have the owl. All right, an owl deals with encrypted messaging or subliminal messaging, man. Right, that's why when you go into the word encryption, the word crypt goes back to blue, right? Because it's a decipher. And then you have the dragon. The dragon is the highest level of wisdom. That's why when you go into what they call it, not the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the 33rd degree is the highest degree. They call him the Grand Dragon, because that's the highest level of wisdom that you can get to. So that's the 4 levels of wisdom: the parrot, the monkey, the owl, and the dragon. So the Lord said we got to walk around like dragons, like serpents. People think that's bad. No, that's just talking about wisdom. You got to be at a certain level. You got to have a certain intellect or to deal with people, man. Because it's a spiritual warfare. So in other words, us being out here on the corner, anything can happen. But the Lord said to do what? To make yourself a living sacrifice, man. So in other words, what in this world are you willing to sacrifice so you can gain salvation? No, because you can't take it with you. Everything is temporal.
You got your salvation. You got your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Yeah, man, you got to seek out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man.
It's gonna be some sacrifice. Sacrifice is part of this ministry. Man.
That's right. That's right. That's
no
right.
excuses is part of this ministry also. Man.
Right.
It's a lot of part of this ministry.
Excuse.
So it's no excuses is part of this ministry.
I got you.
Sacrifice. Oh man, it's a lot that go on to it, man. Okay, vision. A lot of part of this. A lot goes on to it, man.
I got you right here. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So when you look at the common people today, oh, I love God. Oh, I go to church. But what have you forsaken to gain them, right? Like, what in this world are you willing to give up? Hey, Shalom, says out. YAHAWASHI, he said toad is one of the 5. I've heard Elder Apostle Bar mention the 4, but I'll look up the 5 though. I'll look up the 5th one though. In 28, verse 28, Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye which shall follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of the glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That trumps the whole modern Christianity thing. It said nothing about no heathens being on his throne. It said nothing about everybody being saved. It said the 12 tribes of Israel. Hence, we got the sign right there. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Pretty much everybody that was a part of the transatlantic slave trade, man. We went through all of the curses. Everybody else, including the heathen, all they want is the blessings. But you didn't go through those curses, so how you gonna get the blessings? Because it was never meant for you to get it, because the laws wasn't given to you anyway. But that's a whole nother story though. But it goes back. You see it in the 12 thrones. But I'm going to go back to the part about forsaking everything. Verse 29. And everyone that hath forsaken house, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. Now, what does that mean? That don't mean, man, you forsaking people like you leave them the hell alone and you be rude. Nah, that mean that this has to be first. This is priority, man. Same thing with it was Ezekiel, if I'm not mistaken. The Lord told Ezekiel, I'm gonna take the one thing that has a sparkle in your eye. He told Ezekiel, I'm gonna take your wife from you, but tomorrow you still got to go out and preach. Ezekiel woke up, his wife was dead, and he still had to go out and preach. So like that's the mentality to let you know. You think you're comfortable in your security, the Lord will take the one thing you love the most, and he'll make you call on him, and he ain't gonna even listen to you. Because you didn't answer the first time I called. Like, you know, the Lord don't think like we think. The Lord is sending a hurricane, the Lord is sending a plague, the Lord is sending a famine. The Lord ain't gonna take your PS5, the Lord ain't gonna take your allowance away. The Lord deal with death, pestilence, famine, he deals with war. If you go to Exodus 15:3, it says the Lord is a man of war. That's why there's been war since the beginning of mankind.
The Lord's gonna hit you where it hurt, man.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna hit you where it hurt, and he will have to touch you. Like King David, he openly committed adultery, right? According to the Bible, he's supposed to get put to death. But Psalm 115:3 says, the Lord, he said, our God is in the heaven, he do whatsoever he pleases. So the Lord didn't even touch King David. You know what he did? He touched his son. King David fasted for a whole week, the Lord still took him. See, the Lord will touch you where it hurts. King David wished that he could have been in his son's spot when he was sick. But no, you openly committed adultery, so I'm going to take his son from you. And then that's when he laid down with his wife, and then he gave birth to Solomon, which became King Solomon. And Solomon means peace, because that child brought peace to her, because she was grieving over the death of her son, like King David was. So the Lord don't play. The Lord will take his son from you, or your mother. When he called you, you better answer. Straight up.
No excuses.
So like, go ahead, Art.
No excuses in the midst of the call, man.
Yeah.
No excuses in the midst of the call. He called. Don't have no excuses in the midst of that call.
No excuses.
I
man.
call you to have to fulfill a duty. In the midst of that duty, you got excuses. Okay.
Matter of fact, I can back up real quick on something. I want to bring out one more thing, and then I'm gonna let you rock. I uploaded this. It says, "Mother." This is from the Christian Post. Mother found dead with 4 children hours after posting. They have a heart for the Lord. Now look, she had all daughters, and it was a beautiful family. That's her too. Her and her beautiful 4 daughters. She committed murder-suicide, man.
There was another lady that killed her kids because she had financial difficulties. So she killed her family, man.
Yeah, people bugging out, but this is, you're not gonna see this plastered on the main screen, but this is happening every single day.
Every single day.
This stuff is happening every day, man.
Hey, the Lord, like you said, man, put a mark. Let me go to Ezekiel, the 4th chapter.
Yeah, go ahead. It also says it in the book of Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. It says judgment go out every day. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it ain't happening.
The Lord ain't sparing nobody.
No, he said he got no respect to persons. I mean, hold on. YAHAWASHI, he cried 3 times to the Lord. He said, I don't want to go on the cross 3 times. The Lord didn't even answer. He still had to go up on the cross.
He had no respect to nobody.
He had no respect. I don't give a damn. You my only begotten. If you got to go on that cross, you got to go up there. You got to bear your iniquity as well. King Solomon. You don't care, man.
That article again you got right there said she killed them. They believe in God. They killed each other.
No. That's what happened. She put a post. The post said they're having heart for the Lord. Like they're a Christian-based, a Christian-oriented family. Then she committed murder-suicide. Because you got to remember, the issues of death belong to the Lord. So the same way the Lord gives you life, the Lord also gives you death. That's the balance. You know, so people try to give Satan the double the power. No, that's the Lord did that.
You got to give all reverence to the Lord.
All reverence, yeah. Right.
He kill, he make it live.
He killeth and he maketh it alive. So she posted that, and then she murdered herself and her beautiful children, man. The Lord did that, man. That's you can't do nothing about that. When the death angel's at your door, and I'm telling you, man, the Lord gonna bring it to your front door like you ordered it. Straight up, man. Oh, this is beautiful. Real quick, I'm gonna let you out. Numbers 23 and 19. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? That's a question. Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Hey, last time I checked, when Moses went and got this, the commandments, right? In Deuteronomy, the Lord said we'll go into slavery on ships. That was over 2,500 years ago, and it happened. So the Lord says it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Not on your time, or it's gonna be on His time. So hey, everything that we're speaking of is gonna happen, man. It already happened. It's gonna happen.
Go to Matthew 10 and 16 again. I'll bring it out again. This it says, "Behold, I have sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves."
Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, man.
And so we witness people snapping on our job, people snapping on their jobs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We can't go around our enemies with this word saying, "Oh, yeah, we the chosen ones, and do this and do that."
Right.
We can't make nobody click with this word either. Because we got this word that belongs with us, that don't mean we're supposed to go around all proud with it. Okay, we got this word in the midst of evil, but use it properly, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Dove with it, man.
Yeah, use it properly, because you got some that's trying to profit from it too.
But now, when I first got into this, I was excited. I wanted to get all up in the enemy's face with it. But for some reason, I never did. I stayed humble. You know what I'm saying?
You always been humble, brother. I'll be honest with you. Hey, and another precept that brother dropped, Jeremiah 10 and 23. It says, "O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in the man that walketh to direct his steps." That's heavy. Check this out. I like this one. "O Lord, correct me," right? "But with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing," right? So judgment doesn't always have to be harsh. Like you could get a traffic citation. Well, you still got to go see a judge. He may make you pay a small fee or take a class. So yeah, Lord, judge me to correct me, but don't judge me with your anger, right? There's a difference, man. Because you want to be corrected. We human. We're gonna make errors. The only part is nothing wrong with failing, but you have a problem when you become a failure. Failing is a process, meaning that you're trying to accomplish something, you're trying to succeed at something, but you keep failing. Once you give up, you become a failure. And that's where pride comes in, because you don't want to humble yourself, man.
No struggle, no progress.
No struggle, no progress. I like nice and precise, though, but life ain't always nice and precise, man. It ain't, man. It's going to be a bumpy road. It ain't every day ain't going to be as beautiful as this. Everybody walking around with no umbrella right now. It's going to be a day where you may need one. It may be a day, man, where you may have to board up your windows because of a hurricane. Every day is not gonna be the same, man. Life is like it's like what they call an ATV. You know, life is like an all-terrain vehicle, man. You never know what kind of terrain you're gonna be on, so prepare for it. You know, like this is a spiritual battle, spiritual warfare. Because out on YAHAWAH drop Micah 2 and 10. "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with this sore destruction." That's right. You heard about, what is it, Omahe or whatever? That one chick that was in the crowd with her boyfriend, and then went up on the stage, went behind the curtain. Like, yo, like this place is polluted, man. You can't imagine having kids with that woman, and she's embarrassing you internationally. Everybody's seen that video.
That's completely out of control.
That's completely out of control, completely out of order. It's polluted here, man.
It's waxing worse.
It's waxing worse.
Where the woman completely disrespected right in the face.
In the open, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Now FDA, they are approving lab-grown meat, right? They're making synthetic mosquitoes to kill off the real mosquitoes. They're creating vegetables and fruits that doesn't contain seeds, but where the hell did fruits come from if they didn't have seeds to begin with? Genetically modified organisms. Like, all of this is happening, man. Chemtrails in the air, holes in the ozone layer, fracking is causing man-made earthquakes. It's like all this is happening, but you know what it's like. If it ain't happening on my block, I ain't worrying about it. But remember, the Lord said that our temptation that's gonna try the whole world. That's gonna happen. Then what? Go ahead,
I got Ephesians, the 6th chapter. It's Ephesians 6 and 11. "Put on the whole armor of Yahawah, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil," man.
Right.
The wiles of the devil, man.
Right, man.
We need the whole armor from the time we step out the door, man. By the time you step out the door, it gets wicked, man. You see what's going on, man. You can either So you won't be conformed to this world either, man. Okay?
Hey, yo, that's beautiful. You said that. It said, be not conformed to this world, meaning that you become a part of it. You partaking in it. That's why I have wrote, your brother brought it out earlier. Arise and depart, because this is not your rest. Right? You right. You right.
Ephesians 6 and 12 says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that falls back and says, stay at home, be wise as a serpent, humble as a dove, man. Okay, because we at war from the time we step out the door, man. Spiritual warfare, man.
Every day you step out. It's like like it said, put on the whole armor to go against the wiles of the devil. Because you gotta understand, like it's like Jake. We grew up in the hood, right? I grew up where they have bums in the bushes. So like Jake, they'll leave a house that had a Glock, that had an SK, that had a banana clip, that had the duct tape, that had that bulletproof vest, that had a pit bull that tell you, the pit bull with the thick chain that tell you not to touch. They had a boarded up houses that had the cameras. So they got all their gear for war, right? That's the life they live. See, we try to walk in the path of spirituality, right? So ours is what? The helmet of salvation, the shield of faith. Our sword is the word. Because people get cut by it, but they don't want to hear it. That's why they walk on by, mosey on by. So then when bad shit happens, it's like, what do you expect? We telling you, yo, go left, but you want to go right. And you thought that was the right way, but it was the wrong way. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It's Ephesians 6:13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahawah, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Right.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Right.
And that's what we got in righteousness. What's that? Trying to keep these commandments also. Okay, what the Lord says, you love me, keep my commandments, man. The breastplate of righteousness. Having this word, like I said, this word is a tool. Go down.
Yeah, I back up on that righteousness part. Yeah. It says Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall that unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid. Yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. And he brought that out earlier. Said God is not a man that he shall lie or repent. Right? As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and might overcome when thou art judged. Because we all going to be judged. Remember what it said earlier? He said, Jeremiah said, judge me, O Lord, but not in thine anger. Everybody's going to be judged, but we're all not going to get the same judgment. That's the difference. That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. But if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of God, what shall we say? Is God unrighteous who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man. So in other words, if in their eyes we appear to be unrighteous, we're righteous because we're not doing it based upon our own words and our own feelings. We're doing it based upon his words. So if you read the same word, you will still receive the same feeling because it's all about you and how you feel, how you respond to it. So we're not responsible for how you feel. We're not responsible for the information that you perceive. Like something that Kevin Sutton used to say before, and it makes sense. The world don't owe you understanding. All right? That's one thing. You can get the knowledge, you can get the wisdom, but the world don't owe you understanding. Like this whole gender wars. You shouldn't have to understand why men and women are not equal, right? The world don't owe you that. Just know better and do better.
It's Ephesians 6:15. And your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench the fiery darts of wicked.
Right.
Of the wicked, man. We need our shield from the time we step out the door, man. Like I say, demons is coming at you as soon as you step out the door.
Yeah, they be trying to get on you.
You gotta work with them, tolerate them.
You gotta see them in your everyday life. It gets vexing, man. Hey, it's like, you know what? It's like we've been coming out here. I've been coming since 2013. Before this shop was even here. Remember, this was vacant. Like, they don't even understand. We've been in this spot 10 years ago. And it's like, we see that things are changing, things are happening. But no matter what, even if they was to leave this spot, somebody else will come and we'll still be here. Right? So it's like, you're nothing new. We already been here. Officers already seen us around. We've been way down there by all the other spots. We've been all over downtown,
His
man.
word will remain. Regardless of what changed, the word will remain.
Regardless of what change, this world gonna remain. It wasn't no one inside these buildings. Right? You remember that? Nobody inside these buildings. Man. They have no clue. Like you're nothing new, all right? Because you will be replaced like another building will be replaced. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. They're all living. They're all living this redundant life. Wake up every morning, go to work, put gas in your car, go buy food, pick up the kids from school, taking a ballet class, make dinner, go to bed, do it all over again, save up a little bit of money. It's redundant. It's the same thing. Pay your taxes annually. If you save up enough just to take a trip, please, it's like, so what are you really living for? Like, what futures are really here in America? Like, are you looking at things economically? Are you looking at things in a grand scale rather than your own little bubble? You know, it's like you're a drop in the ocean. People don't understand that.
It's Ephesians 6:17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit.
Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of spirit. This man look like YAHAWASHI.
Which is the word of Yahawah.
Which is the word of the Lord, not our Lord. I mean, not our word, Salakia. It's His word, man. All right.
So you take this word with us, and right along with the helmet.
Oh, I like
the
this.
helmet of salvation. And the word and the helmet of salvation. Okay.
The brother says out on Yahweh to drop Matthew 6:20. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And that reminds me of a little bit. That reminds me of Gervonta Davis, the boxer. All right, when Gervonta Davis, he bought up the whole block he grew up on, and he wanted to renovate it. And some haters went over there and they burned down the entire block. Right? So his heart was what when he grew up at. I want to help the people here. I want to make this a better place. And what happened? Thieves came in and robbed him of that idea by burning down the whole block. Right? So no matter how much money you got, man, you still will not get what you want as a result, because Jake, it's not your rest. It's not your rest, man. That's what Jake don't understand. Psalm 62:10. You got some more? You want to get 1 Peter 5? I think 5 and 5. Psalm 62:10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Exactly, man. Because Jake could be up in one point and he'll be like, prime example, Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson was like the only running back to ever like tear an ACL and come back and win MVP. Adrian Peterson had like what I think like $100-some million. Oh, no. Now he broke. Adrian Peterson is now broke now. Like that's a prime example, man. All those riches are just gone.
100 million to 0.
100 million to 0.
Jake went from 1 to 100. Jake went 100 to 0.
Hey, 4 flat. Like they call it in basketball, 4 flat. As soon as you get the ball, fast break. You know what I'm saying? Take off. And then it's like they're not even looking at the time. It's like, yo, you got plenty of time to do this. Like in basketball, there's a 24-second shot clock. You don't got to push the ball down, take a 3-pointer with 20 seconds left on the clock. No, you got enough time to score. Same thing with life. Like you don't have to blow all your money right now. You got plenty much time. But like you say, Jay got that money, took off, man. Jay got that money, took off. And what happened? What happened? You got no discipline. You have no discipline, man. You're gonna fail, right? I got some.
5.
Yeah, go to 5.
It's 1 Peter 5 and 5. Likewise, you younger, submit yourself unto the elder. You all of you be subject to one another, and be clothed with humility, for God resists the proud and gives grace to the humble.
It said be clothed with humility. But the Lord said He hates the proud. But what's the motto in America? They say proud to be an American. Well, pride go before destruction. Hey, 30 more countries trying to join BRICS right now. I bet y'all don't know that. But see, we got to come out here and tell you this, man. Because everybody live in this small little bubble. All right? This little bubblicious bubble gum, man. Because America's on an absolute decline. They're not going to tell you that. I remember Henry Ford, for all of you who love Mustangs, Henry Ford said that he said if the people knew how money worked, they would riot in the morning. All you people do is get up in the morning and go to your shops or go to your jobs or go get unemployment or whatever, because you have no idea how money really works. It's like 95% of the world's wealth is controlled by like what, 1 or 2% of the population. But then you'll look down on the same man or woman that has to file taxes just like you. They have to stand in line just like you. That's why King Solomon said all of this is vanity. Because how can you be somebody that's very humble and full of humility when you're chasing money? I'm not saying nothing wrong with getting money or having riches, but chasing money. Like a lot of people don't know, you know Keanu Reeves, right? Yeah. Matrix, right? Keanu Reeves got money. John Wick, he got money. But people do not even see the humanitarian side of that man. I mean, that man, he'll go buy a hot dog and buy like this homeless man a hot dog, sit there and talk to the man for an hour. Most of the people, not only they want food and water, but they would like for somebody to even talk to them. But I'm saying, like, he showed humility that way. Though, yeah, he got the money and everything, but he showed humility. He been through a lot. I think he lost like his mother and father. He was young. A lot of grievous things happened to Keanu Reeves growing up. Even though he got money, he still know what it's like to be humble, to be very low, right? But even not John the Baptist, even Paul said it. Paul said it. He said, I know how to be exalted. I know when to be abased. All right, because you ain't gonna always be on the top. That sometimes you're gonna be abased. You're gonna be at the bottom. It don't matter, man. So Sirach chapter 11, verse 21. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord and abide in thy labor. For it is an easy thing in the sight of the Lord under something to make a poor man rich. So it ain't nothing for you to lose everything just like that. Okay? It's nothing. That's why chasing money is not a good thing.
I think Shannon Sharp was talking about. That's how I found out. Then I went to a different page.
About what?
Adrian Peterson being broke.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp on club. It was Nightcap. Him and Ocho. It was on Nightcap. That's how I found out that he went broke. I'm like, damn, how you and Ocho, man, he be squeezing the damn dollar so much you can see the goddamn eagle on the dollar screaming. Ocho, he really conservative, but he got a lot of money though. But that's the difference though. He's not chasing it. He just let it come to him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Bible says money is a defense and wisdom is a defense, but wisdom giveth life evermore. All right? It's a difference though, man.
Yeah, but you know what it says? It says that health is better than wealth. He don't take care of himself. He sit over his ass McDonald's or brag about how he eat McDonald's.
Some people, but you know he also have a couple of franchises too. McDonald's franchises, yeah. I think he bought he got like 10. So he got money constantly coming in. And he always flies Spirit. You talking about Ocho Cinco, he flies, people be like, yeah, he be on Spirit and everything. He don't really go out, vacations, all that stuff. If he do it for his wife, and he don't do it for himself. Because you gotta remember, man, this society is catering to the woman. Yeah, it's a patriarchy, but it's very matriarchal, okay? Well, what they call it, Ghana-centric. Because when you go into the word metropolitan areas consist of like at least 1 million people, if I'm not mistaken. When you look at the prefix, all right, the root word in a metropolitan or metropolitan area, metro goes back to matriarch. And when you look downtown at these major cities like Houston, look at Hollywood, look at New York, they have all these shops for women. That's why I say it's really matriarchal, but the man control it because of the laws, right? So it goes back to America being the mystery whore Babylon. That's why it's referred to as a woman, because of that vibration that it gives off. Sadly to say as well, I saw an ad where they said, join the army as a senior citizen and you'll get a $50,000 bonus. That's how you know America's through. You're asking senior citizens to join the military, right? And then what about the matter of fact, I got the article with Salaki. I know we're reading that. Salaki. We got that article really quick. CNN politics. U.S. airman dies after setting himself on fire outside Israeli embassy in Washington. This was posted February 26, 2024. Today's the 28th. So this was like, what, 3 or 4 days ago, right? So let's see what this airman said. An active duty member of the U.S. Air Force who set himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., said in a video of the incident obtained by CNN that he would, quote, no longer be complicit in genocide, unquote, and that his suffering was minimal compared to that of Palestinians as the humanitarian crisis persists in Gaza. So this was an actual U.S. airman. He said that him burning himself alive is minimal compared to what's going on in Gaza. So the boots on the ground act to see what's going on. It's so bad in Gaza that they're committing suicide in front of the U.S. embassy. And you people really think America's over there saving those people? All these countries, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan, Egypt, Libya, Yemen, they've been bombing the hell out of Yemen. So you really think America's over there fighting for peace and freedom? No, man, they're fighting for money, for oil. They're fighting for land. That's what it's really for. So you got your own airman. He's only 25 years old. Your own airman committing suicide in front of the embassy because they don't want to be a part of a genocide, man. You're just over there killing people. They said what 1,200 people died when they said that the Hamas had killed 1,200 Israelis. Ever since they've been bombing Gaza, over 35,000 people have died. You don't think that includes women and children? This goes back to Revelation when they said the beast shall hate the horn. Going back to the 10 horns and the 7 heads, the EU and NATO, they're tired of America. Even your own allies are tired of you, man. And what it says, a kingdom that's divided cannot stand. So many nations already are against America at this point. You got more on that, First Peter.
I can go to this right here. I can go to
Unless you got some.
This is fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
I go to 1 Peter 5:8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about seeking who he may devour." Yeah, it goes back to being humble as a serpent, being wise as a serpent, as a dove, and wearing armor.
Right there you go.
Okay, and carrying his word, keeping his word close, and our enemies close.
Right.
Okay, that just fell into place. Be sober, man. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking.
Shalom, the Quam.
And that's what this captivity do, to devour our people, man, because they go back to the pollution once they once escape. Okay, our people don't want to escape this pollution because it tastes so good. It ain't worth it though, man. I know it tastes so good. We was gonna spoil it before we got into this word, but we let go. We have to be willing to let go. Women, material things, society. Like I said, sacrifice is part of this ministry. Man.
Sacrifice is part of this ministry. And you know what's also very important too about something that you just said. Like you said, living in this society, it tastes so good because you're not held accountable for anything. This is like Mad Max. The devil wants to give you all your lustful desires. So yeah, you can do this, you can do that. Though your conscience bearing witness you shouldn't do it, but who's gonna come and correct you? So everybody's like a free for all. You can do whatever you want, right? And that's the world we live in. We live in an opinion-based, artificially filtered, makeup, steroid-induced, just hormonally enraged society, man. Everything's out of whack. You know, I was telling somebody at my job, I said, if you think about it, everything in the universe is in unison. Everything in the universe is actually operating and functioning properly. The only thing in the universe that's out of whack is mankind. We're the only thing, man. You don't see lions, you don't see whales, you don't see birds polluting the entire earth. Only we're doing that. To the point that we're polluting the very minds of our own children. You know what I'm saying? With this indoctrination called school. Yeah, man. So you want to continue? No, man. We want a new heaven and a new earth, one dwelling righteously. That's why we keep coming out here, man. We can care less about how you feel, man. Listen, we actually want you to live your life. We want you to be happy. We want you to go on the vacations, invest in. We want you to do all of that because when the Lord take it all from you, it's going to be a beautiful sight. It's going to be a beautiful sight, man. Because you already been warned. That's why I say he's not wrong for doing it. And besides, somebody got to play that part, right? Last time I checked, everybody remember who won. They don't remember who was runner-up. So at the end of the day, somebody got to lose. If there's going to be a kingdom, somebody got to be the servants, right? Esau, this is your kingdom. We've been your servants. And now the table is going to be returned. But then they got a problem with that. They're like Esau. He sold his birthright to Jacob. Then he went and crying back to Isaac for another blessing. That's just like Esau right now. Crying because he can't get his way, man, to this day. All right? Go ahead, Doc.
That was it on that one. I'm going to go to John 6 and 63.
Okay. You said John 6 and 63?
Yeah.
Hey, no lie, that brother Kazak, he put it up here too.
Oh.
Yep, John, it's a spirit though. John, you can read it out. Go ahead.
This is John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickens, the flesh that profit nothing. The word that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life.
The word. Remember what we opened up with. In the beginning was the word, then it was manifested.
Keep this word very close.
Exactly.
Keep our enemies close, man.
Yeah, so keep the word close and keep a close eye on your enemies, man. Right. Because remember, the reason why I said that, and I titled it that, because what it said, be wise and be sober, because your enemy, like a roaring lion, seeketh about who he may devour. That's why it says that. So when it says, I see you forth as sheep amongst wolves, lions and wolves are predators. You know, so you don't come out being malignant, or I'm sorry, being malicious towards people. You know, you want to come out being benevolent, soft-spoken, easy. But at the same time, though, I mean, it is what it is. Because what Paul said, have I now become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Well, yeah, you're going to make a lot of enemies because a lot of people live in falsehoods. A lot of people live. You still got grown people to this day believing in Christmas. We know damn well they ain't got no chimney in their house. Like, that's the world we live in. We're just going to keep living this lie because we're so comfortable with it and we're so full of pride. That's really what it is.
Celebrating Valentine's
Day when they really don't know the origin of it. And it was crazy. Women will divorce their husbands or break up with their boyfriend because they didn't get flowers that day. So you mean to tell me the other 364 days out of the year didn't matter? This world is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying, though? Those days didn't matter. The way I look at it, every night should be Valentine. Every day should be Christmas. Why I gotta wait one day out of the year to do all that? It's a present, a gift to wake up every day, and then you lay down with your loved one, and you have a family that you love. That's just Valentine's every night. That's Christmas every day. Not some one day out the year that people bicker and argue and they act fake towards one another and try to interrogate to see how you're doing in life. It's crazy. This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yeah, every great kingdom is failed, and America's next. Yeah. Especially with all the especially what's going on right now. It's next, man. Once again, like I said, you got ads for senior citizens to join the military, but then you got 25-year-old airmen committing suicide in front of the Israeli embassy in America. It's over, man. It's over, man. Hey, like that one meme say, it's over, man. So what more can you do when you know the plane's going down? Well, you might well should just light the cigarette up that you got in your backpack. You're going down. What more can you do? It's the end. I mean, come on. When you're having a good time and wickedness, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that, you know. Like you said, we're spiritually Doppler knives. We're just telling you the storm's coming. You don't have to prepare for the storm. You don't have to go and get water. You don't have to. We're just warning you the storm is coming. That's all it is, man. This is the calm before the storm. That's all it is, man. That's all that we have for the people. You have anything else that you got? Oh, could you get James chapter 1, and I want to say verse 12. James 1 and 12. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, start at 3. Start at 3. James 1 and 3.
This is James 1 and 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith works with patience.
So the trying of your faith works with patience, man. So you got to be tried. Everybody gonna be tried. You know what I'm saying? Like you got tryouts for basketball. You have to go to orientation with 5 other candidates to see who's gonna get the job. All right. It's no handouts. All right. That's why you have levels to things, man. You got beginner, you got intermediate, you got expert, and then you just got the grandmaster of them all. There's levels to things. Even in martial arts, you got the white belt, the yellow belt, then you go to the orange belt, then you go to the blue belt, then you go to the black belt. Then you go to the red belt. Then you go to the black belt. Then you go to the black belt with the gold trim. Because I did martial arts, so trust me. Once you get inside and you start training, you know there's levels to it, man. And you can never learn enough. Same thing with this truth, man. You can never do enough. That's why the elders been doing it for 35, 30, 25, 20 years. Right? I learned about this going back 2019. I found this out 2019. It's 2024. And everything that the elder said has happened, is happening, and is going to happen. Straight up, man. That's the beautiful thing about having a spirit, because you can see it. It's spiritual. Like they said, this is a wicked, this is a generation that's seeking for a sign. It's an adulterous generation that's seeking for a sign. I said you John the Baptist. And that was Abba Bivens, man. Abba Bivens. Oh, go ahead, I'll keep reading now.
It's James 1:4. But let patience have perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Yeah, it said let patience have perfect work. So in your suffering, man, you become perfect. That's why it says he set up teachers, apostles, and prophets for the perfecting of the saints. Perfecting, that's ongoing, man. Going back to failing, going back to perfecting, that's ongoing. So like, boom, if somebody called me, yeah, what you doing? I'm working out. Working means that I'm in the progress of doing it. So the perfecting means that we're in the process of becoming perfect. But Yahawashi even said, Yahawashi said, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. There's no way we can be perfect. But that means what? Rehearsing the righteous acts, man. So when your patience of doing the things that I require to ask of you, that right there is what shall make you perfect. You understand?
It's James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh, that giveth ye all men liberally and upbrighteth not, and it shall be given him.
Wait, so if you don't have wisdom, man, ask the Lord, and the Lord will give it to you. That's the thing. Can you get on verse?
James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
Bless the man that what now?
Endureth temptation.
Endureth temptation. Temptation is all around us. So blessed be the man that endureth temptation, man. Because you got to remember, you got to be sober. Be vigilant, because your enemy, as the roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. And there's temptations all around you. Try to holler at this broad. Won't try and do whoop-de-whoop, anything, man. Anything that's carnal. That's where temptations come from. All right? Eating certain foods, drinking certain beverages. All of that's temptation as well. You know? Even like those who do bodybuilding and working out, we got something called a cheat day. So the days that you don't have a cheat day, you're eating a balanced diet. You know, you stay consistent with your diet and your routine. You suffering yourself to want to eat that cheesecake, want to eat that hamburger, right? Because you be eating broccoli and brown rice and beans and chicken and fish all week. So now you want to go ahead and have some fried chicken and some fried fish. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have you some barbecue, and you know that's gonna spike your insulin levels. But hey, man, you indulging a little bit. That's the temptations, man. You know? Go ahead up.
Which the Lord had promised to learn that to them that love him.
But he promised to those that love him. So if you love me, do what?
Keep my commandments.
And if you love
Feed
me,
my sheep.
prime example, man. And you can't do it the way you want to. Like making all these excuses, man. I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. It's like, you know what's crazy though? People say, oh man, I can't serve the Lord, but you're going to serve a man that the Lord also created. That's why they said they love the creature more than the creator. That's why I said in the last days, men shall become lovers of themselves. It's like, so what a love at, right? So it's like, all right, you want that for me, I won't be there for you. Nobody want that for me, why I be there for you? So that's why the Lord said he gonna laugh at your calamity. Bro, that's scary, bro. You talking about the creator of heaven and earth. He said, because I called and you ain't answer, I'm gonna laugh at your calamity. So why should I help you? That's the Lord's deal. You think about that. The Lord said he's gonna laugh at your calamity. I'm not gonna help you. And now I'm going against his will. No, I want to be saved. I'm doing what he told me to do. So I can't save you. It's no different than when Noah was on the ark, right? It said the Lord sealed the ark. But I bet you Noah heard his people banging on the ark. He heard women and children screaming. The Lord sealed it like, nah, you ain't saving nobody. All of them are gonna drown. All of them are gonna drown, man. Let them all die. When the Lord sent Israel into the land of Canaan, he said kill women, kill children. He said kill the men too. What he said in Job, is it no, Ezekiel 9. He told the angel to mark the men that sigh and cry for the abominations thereof. But he said, slay the old, the young. He said the women, the children, the maiden. The Lord ain't got no respect to persons, man. So when you see families dying in hurricanes, see people dying in earthquakes, getting struck by lightning, Lord did that, man. 8 billion people in the world. Judgment goes out every day. Just because you don't see it don't mean it ain't happening. You know, somebody died of starvation today, I bet. And I bet somebody's grieving from a lost one that died of natural causes. It's happening every day. Every day, man. Sirach 29:13. Woo. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Sirach 29:12. Shut up arms in thy storehouses, and it shall deliver thee from all affliction. Let me start off. Oh, I'm sorry. Lay up treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it shall bring thee more profit than guilt. Oh yeah, right. Laying up your treasures in heaven. So like y'all. Hebrews 4:12. Shalom, shalom. Wisdom. This is a good one. You got something else after this? I'm gonna read this one. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. That's it, man. Because the Lord said he loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. That lets you know the Lord don't love everybody. He said he loves him that dwelleth with wisdom. So if you don't have the wisdom, how can it's crazy? Like I say, you know better, do better. I know it sounds redundant, but it's the truth. So if you know to do something, you should apply that. Because that's very wise. Or not to do something, still apply not to do it, and that makes you wise. Then you get a better understanding. Thing is, understanding is not given to everyone. We'll give you the necessary tools. We'll give you the information. But if you can't understand it, that's not my fault. Because that's why everyone's not a calculus major. Receiving, exactly. You know, so it's not for everyone to receive. Right? There's a chosen few. There are some people that are just destined to be millionaires because they know how to make money. They're good at hustling. They know how to network. They know how to socialize very good. There are some people in the world, all they know how to do is work on vehicles, don't know nothing else. Everybody has their lot, right? So everybody can't be everything. That's the difference. You have to find your lot in life. We found our lot. Hey, we can see what's to come. We just hope, man, that we get a chance of salvation. That's it. But all this is going to end soon, very soon. All right. I'm gonna close out with this precept, Matthew 13:10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 13, Matthew 13:11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given. Straight up, man. And that goes back to what's that Second Corinthians 4, where it says, if our gospel be hid, it's because the God of this world has blinded them. Right? Going back to that light. Like I said, the light at the end of the tunnel, we hope is salvation, but for a lot of you, it's just a train. So with that being said, please edify and fed, stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. Allah, Paul, Shalom, and remember, keep your eyes closely on your enemy and keep the word close to you. Because like the Lord said, pray for one another because not all men have faith. Shalom.